my channel. We're gonna go ahead and get into this pink neon makeup tutorial. Y'all just go ahead and follow along. Here, we're just gonna go ahead and prep our brows. Gonna go ahead and get them prepared to be filled in. So I was just taking a spoolie, a clean spoolie, and brushing through my brows. Now I am going in with my Morphe 350 in palette, and I'm just using a few different browns from that palette to fill in my brows. After we get our brows filled in, we're gonna go in with our LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, and we're just gonna go ahead and carve out our brow. Take your time here. Brows are very, very important. Take your time and get your arch to your liking. Gonna go ahead and do my other brow here, taking my time, also just making sure that the brows are symmetrical, making sure the arch in the brow matches as closely as possible. Just take your time, carve out that brow, get that one perfect just like the other one. After you get your brow arch to your liking, go ahead and take that concealer and just go ahead and put it all over your eyelid. Here I'm just taking my Real Techniques setting brush and I'm just blending out that concealer that I placed all over my eye. With this step, be very, very careful. Make sure you do not tap your brow. You can mess up that arch that you just created. So be very, very careful there. Here I am going ahead and putting down my P. Louise base in the shade 0, which is the white shade. And I'm just preparing my lid for the colors that we're about to put down. So now I'm just doing the other side here. Make sure it's blended out completely before putting your colors down. And also just let it dry down just a little bit before you go right in with your colors. The palette that we're going to go into first for this first shade of the eye is in Lust. It is a shade from the P. Louise Secret Center palette. I'm just basically going to take that shade and tap it all over my eye. I'm just doing tapping motions to get the pigment where I want it. And then just kind of blending at the same time, but tapping and blending, tapping and blending. So I'm just going to put that all over the eye. Once I get it on my eyelid to my liking, I do go ahead and blend out so there's no sharp edges, there's no sharp lines. So I do blend out into the brow just a little bit, into the brow bone, just a little bit, taking my time. Here I am going in with my Morphe 350 in palette, and I'm taking 2 of the 10 shades out of that palette, and I'm just patting right where the color meets the concealer from my brow bone, just to make an even, flawless transition between the concealer and the eyeshadow. Here I am going to take a dark brown and darken up that crease color. So I'm just going to go back and forth until I get it to my liking, blending it out so there's no sharp lines. Once you get your transition colors to your liking, go ahead and cut your crease however you like. I am using the P. Louise base number 0 to cut my crease. All the neon colors, pigments that you guys see me use in this video is from JC Cosmetics. It's Jacy Cosmetics. I will tag all the information below. This is the pink out of their neon bundle. So as you can see, it's very, very pigmented. I'm just gonna fill in my crease completely with this neon pink shade. Here I am just gonna do my big liner with my Suva Beauty black liner in the shade Grease. So here I am just filling in that liner, getting it to my liking. I'm so sorry guys, you're gonna not see me put on the glitter, but the glitter that I use for this look is my shade Barbie, which is like a pink holographic translucent glitter. So I went ahead and put that on off camera. Here I am just using my Juvia's Place foundation stick in the shade Cameroon to correct the dark spots on my face. I typically just put under my eyes, side of my nose, and the side of my mouth, and I just blend that out. Next, I'll be going in with my Juvia's Place foundation in the shade Kenya, number 200, and I will put this all over my face, and we're gonna go ahead and blend that out. Okay, I'm just using my Juvia's Place foundation brush to blend all that concealer out. Sometimes I will spray my face with setting spray in between just to make sure everything is being set flawlessly. So that is all I'm doing here, just making sure that that is blended all the way out. After I use my foundation brush, I do go over it with the Beauty Blender, which you will see. I go over the Beauty Blender just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. Everything is blended as one. You don't see where I put the foundation at. I use the Beauty Blender to get in between my brows, as you see here. It just seems like it makes it way more flawless for me. Here I am using my Juvia's Place concealer in the shade number 11 to do my forehead, bridge of my nose, under eye, and I put a little bit under my chin. For my contour shade, same as Juvia's Place concealer, I'm using the shade number 3, and I'll do that all around my face, as you can see here, and also my nose, the bridge of my nose. Once I got that all blended out, I'm going in with my Sasha Cosmetics translucent powder, and that's what you see on my face here, and that's just setting the concealer that we put down. So on the forehead, under eyes, bridge of nose, and chin. I carved out my cheeks like this sometimes for big looks. I don't like it to be a harsh line, so I basically put that powder on last and brush it off almost first. So yeah, you'll see me doing that here. So I'm just setting my face using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder in Dark Deep to brush away all that setting powder that we put down. The next step in the look is blush, and I'm going in with Juvia's Place the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette. The shade is Toby that you see me putting on now, which is the orange shade out of that palette. For this look, I decided on a pink shimmer highlight. I used the color Puffs out of the palette from Juvia's Place. It's the Dolce palette. So I just used that shade for my highlight on my cheeks, nose, bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, peak of my lip, and then just a little bit on my chin area. Those are the same places I highlight every single time I do a look. I do this same highlight there. Here you'll just see me fixing the highlight. I feel like I put too much on there. So here I'm just taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder and just kind of going over that highlight to make it not as harsh. For my lips, I'm using Crayon K's lip pencil in the shade Coffee. I am desperately waiting on them to restock them because I do need more pencils. The gloss that I went in with is Clean Kisses, also from Crayon K's. It is one of their top glosses. Okay, for this next step, I'm just putting some P. Louise number 0 base underneath my eye so these colors will be more pigmented. So I'm taking this blue neon pigment and also the green neon pigment, also from JC Cosmetics. They all came in the same bundle of neon colors. So I'm just going to put that on my bottom line here so you guys will see that. Just taking your time so none of that product gets in your eye. My eyes are super sensitive, so I have to be very, very, very careful with under eye. Here, I'm just going to take a little bit of mascara and I'm going to coat my bottom lashes. I'm going to go ahead and throw on my top lashes now. So just taking my time here. Putting that glue on the liner that we did earlier so we can just sit the lash right down, and I'll demonstrate that now. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that that lash is secure by taking my tweezers and just pressing up against my eyelid all the way across. I just want to thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank y'all for tuning into this colorful makeup look. I will have a new YouTube video dropping every Wednesday at noon, so y'all stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.